The Cronk factor. If Cooper Cronk plays, Melbourne will attempt to work him over in defence. South Sydney were unable to take advantage of Cronk's injury when he was a virtual passenger last week. The halfback made 6 tackles in the first half when fully fit, yet only 5 in the second when he was clearly wounded. South's coach Anthony Seibold said there was no attempt to run extra traffic at Cronk, but the defensive help he received from Mitchell Aubusson and Joseph Manu can't be overstated. Aubusson will be Cronk's bodyguard, should Cronk take his place, although you can bet the Storm will do a much better job of isolating him than the Rabbitohs did. If he doesn't play, expect Melbourne to target his replacement. Defence. Craig Bellamy was asked this week the one area of his team's performance he wanted to be pleased about when the full-time siren went. Without a moment's hesitation, he replied with just one word: defence. Defence wins premierships, so it's little wonder the two best defensive sides in the competition will meet in the last game. South Sydney finished the season as the most potent attacking team, but couldn't score a single try against the Roosters last week. A last-ditch stop could well be the difference between the teams given how little separates them. Had the Roosters defeated Parramatta by 38-12 in the final regular season game, instead of the 44-10 scoreline, it would have marked the first time in rugby league history that two teams had finished on top of the ladder with exactly the same for and against. Battle of the back threes. Blake Ferguson of the Roosters has run more meters than any player in the NRL this season. The back threes for both sides are of the highest quality. Billy Slater's win at the Judiciary means Melbourne will have at their disposal arguably the greatest fullback in the game's history. If the Roosters try to kick away from him, they will instead find Josh Adokar or Siliasi Vunivalu. While the quality of the finishing is often highlighted, the trio ensure the sets get off to a blistering start as well. Ditto the Roosters. Blake Ferguson has run for a season-high 5,081 meters, ahead of teammate James Tedesco, 4,507. Daniel Tupou, meanwhile, is one of the best under the high ball at either end of the field. Cronulla's kick chase on Melbourne last week was poor and a telling factor in the outcome. Bench warfare. Dylan Napa hasn't played in a month and it remains to be seen if the layoff will take an early toll in what should be one of the fastest games of the year. If Cronk plays, the Roosters may carry Ryan Matterson or Sean O'Sullivan on the bench, perhaps even both, as cover should injury force him from the field. Trent Robinson doesn't always use all his interchanges, but that could change on Sunday. Victor Radley has again been named to start, but came off the bench last week with great effect. The Storm have all bases cover on their bench with Big Nelson Asofa-Solomona, while Brandon Smith could create havoc once the Roosters tire. Kicking. Luke Keary's kicking game will be a factor for the Roosters. The kicking game is all important, and that includes goal kicking. The Roosters sprayed 4 shots at goal last week, although the return of Latrell Mitchell should result in an improvement. Luke Keary was magnificent in the second half against Souths when Cronk was hampered, continually coming up with the right last tackle option. Cronk has kicked 313 times this season, more than any other player. If he is out or his role is diminished, the Roosters need to find a viable alternate option to take the pressure off Keary. Both hookers provide an option out of dummy half, and Brodie Croft has improved that area of his game since returning to first grade. SMH.